All right, and moving on, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has said that Ukraine must respond to Russian strikes in what he described as a just and tangible way. Listen to this.
Of course, we must respond to Russian strikes against our cities and villages in a just and tangible way. I approved certain response formats. Last night, the enemy already saw strikes hitting, in particular, their oil facilities and military sites. We are continuing these operations. Our intelligence services are also performing effectively.
While speaking during his daily briefing, Zelensky also praised the latest prisoner exchange with Russia and thanked the United States for mediating the process. He said the exchange marked the first stage of the large-scale 1,000 for 1,000 swap agreed upon between the two sides. He added that efforts are underway to ensure further stages of the exchange take place. Now, Zelensky further claimed that Ukraine was aware of additional contacts between Russian and Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko, aimed at persuading Belarus to join what he called new Russian aggressive operations.
The Russians have become more active recently. I'm referring to their talks with Alexander Lukashenko. They want to draw Belarus much deeper into the war and launch additional aggressive operations from Belarusian territory, either against our Chernihiv-Kiev sector or against one of the NATO countries bordering Belarus.
Now, there has been no immediate response from Moscow to Zelensky's remarks. Belarusian President, however, Alexander Lukashenko, a close ally of Russian President Vladimir Putin, he has allowed Belarusian territory to be used during Russia's February 2022 invasion of Ukraine, although Belarusian troops have not directly participated in the conflict. Minsk has since agreed to host Russian tactical nuclear weapons as well as Russia's hypersonic Oreshnik missile systems. Zelensky said that he had instructed Ukraine's defense forces to prepare a response plan and strengthen defenses in the northern Chernihiv and Kyiv regions. Meanwhile, the United Nations Secretary General had expressed alarm after a UN vehicle was struck twice in Kherson city in Ukraine on the 14th of May.
The clearly marked vehicle was part of an interagency humanitarian mission led by the Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs that had been notified to the parties well in advance. The United Nations is working to establish the full facts surrounding this incident. The Secretary General reiterates that international law, including international humanitarian law, must be respected at all times.
In another development, satellite images showed thick black smoke rising from an oil refinery in Russia's central city of Ryazan after Ukrainian drones reportedly struck the facility. Ryazan is located around 200 kilometers southeast of Moscow. Ukraine's military general staff also confirmed the strike on the refinery, saying a major fire broke out at the site. The refinery is described as one of Russia's largest, with an annual refining capacity of around 17 million metric tons of crude oil.